Well, now that recreational use of marijuana is legal in California, many parents are concerned about a trickle-down effect that it could have on their children.
Action News reporter Jason Oliveira takes a look at the questions families could now face.
There could be just as many concerns as there are uncertainties surrounding the legalization of marijuana and the type of impact it could have on kids of today and future generations.
I wouldn't want to be a kid right now. And it's tough to be a parent of a kid right now.
Psychologist Dr. Susan Napolitano says the legalization of marijuana could have huge ramifications on our youth and usher in an entire culture shift for the way young people grow up thinking of the drug.
Technology is changing, but generally the trend is that we're numbing ourselves. And our kids are numbing themselves through their phones and their video games, and they're not active and interacting and looking at each other. This is one more numbing agent.
Even though pot is now legal for those 21 and older, opponents argue that youth access will certainly increase, and that's what has school districts so concerned.
We have done some communication and especially within our classrooms and our students around educating students about obviously the dangers of marijuana, but also being very careful about what they're consuming.
And what they're consuming these days are edibles. Despite strict Prop 64 rules in place to prevent marketing to children, school administrators say marijuana edibles in the form of brownies, lollipops, and other packaged treats were already showing up on campuses prior to the passage of Prop 64.
We've seen the availability of cannabis products in edible form, and it's very unfortunate because we do have students I know across the valley who have consumed this and not knowingly, and that does present not just a health danger but also a safety danger to our students and staff.
Across the country, marijuana use among college students is becoming more and more commonplace. In its latest study, the Drug Enforcement Administration says 38% of college students said they used marijuana in the past year.
If you come high, are you expanding your opportunities or are you decreasing them?
But many worry we could see a higher number of curious young people becoming pot users because the drug is more readily available and the stigma attached to it has dropped off significantly.
Is this immediate thing that is a little bit fun right now going to have some type of limiting impact in the future? And I would say that that's it's going to be even more the case for legalized marijuana.
Studies show today's teenagers believe marijuana is safer than alcohol. But experts warn the more kids use pot, the more damage it could have on their developing brains.
It might make you chill, and it might make you more relaxed, and it might help some anxiety. But it generally does nothing towards a desire to be active, interested, alert. That's not the properties that it has.
And how will families who have no hang-ups about alcohol potentially deal with pot being decriminalized?
A lot of parents with adult kids have no problem with their high-functioning or functional child coming home as an adult and them having a glass of wine or beer together. But when that kid lights up a joint and says, hey man, it's legal, the family's got some stuff they have to figure out.
Like it or not, this new era of legalized pot will no doubt be an adjustment for most, including our young people. Jason Oliveira, ABC 30 Action News.